Hello, YouTube. We are live with Kim Andersen. Say what's up, Kim.
Hi, Lloyd. Hi, guys. Hi, girls.
How you doing, buddy?
I'm good. Thanks. I'm here in Denmark, having fun. I just left the dining room with my kids and my wife, and so there might be a couple of screams and yells in the background, but it's good.
Good. It proves that we're live. It
'cause,
proves that we're live.
Yeah, no one likes brushing their teeth, and yeah, that's just how it is, right?
So we got Alex Bow in the chat that says, "Congrats on the 10,000 subs," and hey guys. So he says, "Hey, I'm gonna."
Yeah, congrats! I didn't even say that to you. Congrats! That's amazing.
Thanks, man. I mean, it's not like millions, but I'm happy with that. You know.
It's a lot. It's magic. So it's a lot.
We're a niche subject. It's awkward because I also don't want to have millions of things because it is a magic
Yeah,
thing,
I
you know.
know.
It's a strange one. I'm gonna just record you for Instagram. Say hello to Instagram.
Hello, Instagram. I can't do that because I'm doing this on my phone, actually. So I can pretend. I can. I'll record it for my Instagram. Like, sort of. That's how we do it.
I'm gonna share the link everywhere just as people start to join into the chat. I'm gonna post it on Facebook, on our Facebook fan page, and apparently there's somebody at my front door, but I'm not answering it because I'm live with you.
That's right perfect.
Now, just share it everywhere.
It's not the surprise stripper I sent you just to throw you off.
Brendan Latkovich says, "Howdy, Lloyd and Kim," and the Magic Corner says, "Hey there."
Hi.
Cardist the artist says hello.
Hello. Anyway, I can see the questions here on my. I probably can't. No.
Oh, I don't know. I'm not that as you'll come to learn very swiftly. I'm not that good at actually doing technology.
Me neither.
All right, so I'm just sharing some links. There's the Instagram one, and it's got on Facebook and Twitter. Does anyone use Twitter? Do you use Twitter?
I have one, but I don't. It's I don't. Yeah, me and words. I know. Yeah. But I want to use it, and I just don't know how. And I love the visual aspect of social media. So I think that's why I've always been drawn towards Instagram.
Yeah, I find that people don't listen to me for my thoughts; they like to see my tricks. So.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, so we have a bunch of people. We have a bunch of people pouring in. We got David P says, "Hey guys, Cardis the artist says, how are you both doing this Sunday? So how are you doing, Kim?"
I'm good. It's it's been busy. I don't know where you guys are around the world, but you're really feeling that COVID's been lifted, and there's gigs again and just people in the streets, and I love it. It's good.
I love it too. I love it. It feels like the earth is coming back to life just a little bit.
Yeah.
Have you been getting many gigs?
Many. I don't know. I feel like I have. Yeah, and like bigger events than the past 2 years, because I feel like I was one of the lucky ones during the pandemic. I know it's still a pandemic, but during like the hardest period of it, because I got into online shows, and that was really fun and different, and I loved being at home, so I still felt like I was working, and I was working, so that was good. And then I hooked up with something called the Comedy Club in Denmark, where they took a magician and a comedian and an improv comedian, and a freestyle rapper as well. And then they sent us out as soon as the things started opening up. We had the dips in the COVID where they opened up for smaller events. So they started sending us out and doing these events. So I had stuff to do. And it was good, but I'm feeling like the bigger events coming in now, like 200, 400, 600 people, and it's so that's much better seeing this, and I still have hope for our art.
It's alive and kicking, I'm sure. We got some questions coming in. So someone says, "What are we talking about today?" Well, guys, in the chat, you can decide that, and we'll talk to you about anything. Soon Lil Torp says, "Go Denmark." Woo! Yeah. Rich Relish says, "Looking forward to another Sunday session." Brendan Latkovich says, Kim, what's a meal in Denmark that isn't well known around the world, and it can't be chicken wings?
I don't. I'm the worst person to ask about like traditional meals in Denmark. I am. My wife's. Well, technically, she's not a vegetarian. She's a pescatarian, I think. So she eats fish and meat. So fish and what do you call it?
Chicken,
like, scallop, shrimps and stuff.
oh, okay, yeah.
But no meat. But the rest of us in the household, we eat meat. We get like all these different things, but a lot of it is like more focused on the vegetarian side of the food pyramid.
So no Danish meals are good.
Yeah, I mean, like I just it's just good. I don't know. This is a farming country, so we have lots of potatoes and meat and sauce, and so there's that. But
I bet you never thought you'd be talking about
like
food.
traditional Christmas food, like with the roast or something. That could be traditional Danish.
That's the best type of food. Keith Carney says, "Are there grey elephants in Denmark?"
Oh yeah, definitely. The zoo in Copenhagen. Trust me, I've seen them.
Ben Matthew says, absolutely loving Shrapnel. By the way, as I'm sure Ben. Many are, he says. Let's... one comment says, hello from Malaysia. That's from Iming. I think I can't pronounce his name. But Kim,
that's far away.
It's very far away. Let's talk about Shrapnel.
Yeah. Where should we start?
Well, do you know, you showed it to me a while ago, maybe a year or so ago.
No. Start of the pandemic almost.
Wow, is it that long?
Yeah. We.
I think it's been out a couple of months.
How old is your kid? That's a tough question. Sorry about that. I couldn't answer it.
Yeah, no. Like, what happened in my head? I stopped and I was like, do I say he's 16 months or do I just say he's fucking 1?
Yeah. but then I told you about it approximately 16 months ago. So yeah, almost 1.5 years ago.
Yeah. So you showed it to me, and instantly I was like, "This is such a Kim Andersen trick." It's got all the hallmarks of it's organic, super visual, and it felt familiar, but also different. You know, and you kind of have this way of doing that beautifully. And how? Like, tell me about Shrapnel. What the origin story is for you.
What was the origin story? I've told you about this before, I think, but I talk about it on the video, but I think it's like 15, 16 years ago, my good friend, Dr. Bo, not our Bo in Murphy's, but not Bo Kramer, but a guy from Denmark. He was my mentor when I was like a teen and sort of got into magic. And he gave me like an old gimmick he had lying around that he didn't use anymore. And that was this particular gimmick. I'm not sure. People are talking about it, right? It's written in the...
Yeah.
We can't say what it is, right? So basically he gave me an Andres pin that I started playing around with. And so people that don't know about this, it's a gimmick safety pin that you used or still use if you do those routines, for linking safety pin routines. And there's so many different ways of going about a linking safety pin routine. Like there's Chris Mayhew's safety that I'm a huge fan of. That's amazing. But all of these different principles. But the Andres pin just has some very, very visual, like metal melting through metal moments that I loved. So I started playing around with it, and I had an idea of linking it to my finger ring. But I couldn't make it work with the original Andres pin, so I redesigned it a little bit, but it made enough of a difference that I started practicing these moves that you saw in the trailer. People watching, if they've seen the trailer, so like the Hawkeye move. Where
Hawkeye, that is just spectacular.
Yeah, and it's really fun. I'm practicing like farther distances now, and it's just, I love it. It's when you hit that, it's just, it's perfect. But then I started playing around with this, and I tried as a younger magician to release it, and I wanted to release it, but I couldn't quite figure out how to do it. So I never did. And it's just been something that I've had in my bag, and I've used it for like my own private gigs that I did, but I haven't really brought it out because I didn't want anyone to steal the idea or steal the moves. So I've just kept it close and worked on it. And then I showed it to you, and then you had some ideas, and we started like jamming and then I think that whole the whole package just fit.
Yeah, I
does
feel
it make sense? I'm not sure.
No, it does, and it feels like because it wasn't rushed, and you didn't do it years ago, that it all just happened naturally, and because of that, it became. It's the reason why it's such a good product. Like you sold out in Blackpool straight away. Didn't you like sell out so quickly that you went home early or something like that?
It was I was supposed to go home early anyways, so I arrived Wednesday and I had to leave, or what was it, Friday or Saturday morning, I think. But I only had one day in the dealer's room, and it sold out in like, I don't know, 2 hours.
So you had like nothing else to sell.
Yeah, it was amazing. And I really loved how people just, people just like liked it, and thanks, because I hadn't expected
it was actually voted the best trick of Blackpool.
What, sorry?
It was voted the best trick of Blackpool.
Oh, it was. Seriously, I know it was in the thing, but I got kicked out of Facebook, and officially today I don't have a Facebook account because they booted me completely.
How?
Just quickly, someone hacked my Instagram, and my first thought was, oh my god, someone's in my not my Instagram, my Facebook. Sorry, my Facebook. Someone hacked my Facebook, and I was like, oh my god, I need to change my password. And that's a really bad idea, apparently, because they saw that I changed my password. And then I don't know how this works. I'm not a criminal mastermind. But backtracking, what happened was that they posted something while hacked into my Facebook account. They posted something that's against policy rules on Facebook. Yeah. So Facebook shut down my account. And I was like, and I tried to get it reviewed and get it up again. But what happened was that before they did that and posted whatever they posted, they stole my credit card information off of my Facebook account for my ad things, for my Facebook ads. And I didn't know that. That I didn't remember that I had that information locked in there. And I don't know how they did it. So it turns out that they spent like a lot of money from my company credit card before I figured out what was going on. But luckily the bank reimbursed me, blah, blah, so it's fine. But it's just I can't get my Facebook back. It's just gone.
That's ridiculous. That's so crazy.
So that's it. Yeah. But I saw just before I got kicked out, I saw the whole thing in the Blackpool Conventioneers thing.
Yes, yeah. Which is to me that's the main Blackpool group. That's the most active group on Blackpool, because it's not. It's all a thing. And,
but did it end in first place? I didn't know that. So wow.
Yeah, the very last time I'm sure it did.
Wow, thanks
by a significant amount.
You voted. That's great.
I'm second guessing myself now because you're second guessing it.
You completely.
I'll let someone check in the comments. Anyway, let me read some comments out. Chris Webb.
Doesn't matter, but it's good.
Chris Webb says Kim is a legend. Whenever you see him, just let him perform. It's always great. Send him big love to you and the family, Kim. And that's from Chris Webb.
Thanks, Chris. Oh, that's nice of you. Thank you so much. I hope you're good.
He personally, he had the best trick of Blackpool. I don't know if you've seen it.
No. What was it?
Oh man.
Oh, maybe I did.
The funny one.
What, sorry?
The funny one.
He always has funny ones.
Well, he had the
wallet with
the wallet, yeah, and it opens it up and it was a failed print and it says replace the cartridge and then inside.
Showed it to me.
Fucking hilarious, so good.
But he always had great stuff. What's his fake company called? I don't remember.
I can't remember off the top of my head.
Where they have all these fake things, magic tricks you can buy. He gave me some a couple of years ago, and I always bring them when we demo with the shop I demo for. So I always place these weird things because they look like official magic tricks.
Yeah.
And then people pick up a coin in a small bag, and it just says replacement penny or something like that on it. I'm like, what does this do? Oh, it's if you lose your regular penny, and then you have a replacement penny for it, and their minds just go, it doesn't make sense. So just, interesting, and they put it down again.
Speaking about things not making sense, this is a random thing. I was taking a photograph of a coin today, and it was a US quarter that I had in a bunch of change, right? So I had a bunch. It's just such a random thing, but I have a big box of US quarters for tricks, and I was photographing it. I dropped the coin, and it split open like a shell.
Like a real coin?
I don't. It's not a magic coin. I didn't buy it as a magic coin. I bought I have like a box of I think about $1,000 worth of quarters.
Wow.
Right. I bought it for an old magic trick, and I picked one out, and I was photographing it, and it just fucking split open.
That's amazing.
It was the most bizarre experience.
And you checked there wasn't any like magnets inside, because
it is.
A magician could have used it by mistake, and
it is. It's shimmed. It's a magnetic shimmed coin.
Wow, that's amazing.
But out of like 1,000 quarters that I bought years ago, and they're not magic related. I bought them from like the strangest thing. Anyway, so
that's awesome.
Keith Carney says, awesome. David Peace says, why do Danish people always give me a shot of hell liquid?
You have to specify that, man. We have lots of horrible liquor in Denmark that I haven't tasted for years because, kids.
Yeah.
And I apologize on behalf of the Danish people that we do that to you. Sorry about that.
I'm going to run through some questions. Really quickly, someone says to me, Richard Cucci, Lloyd, I did your trick with the blank deck and the red card at the local magic club here in New Jersey. Got great reactions. Thank you. Thank you very much, Richard. Rich Relish, who's a local guy to me, says, is there a Danish equivalent of Paul Daniels? Do you have any TV magicians as inspiration?
Oh, that's a good. Like, I think the only one that comes to mind, and not because of the Paul Daniels thing necessarily, but that's Rune Klein. Rune. He's put out lots of stuff. People know him, of course they know. But he's like the biggest name in Denmark, and he's done like tons of television specials. He's fucking amazing. He's good.
Yeah. When I read that comment, the first thing I was thinking of, if it's not Rune, then. Yeah, I don't know who it's going to be.
Right. Yeah, exactly.
Didn't you do some work on TV or something?
Oh yeah, I did 10 episodes of a TV show, and I dropped my ball. That was fun.
Where can we find this TV show?
Oh, you can't probably. It's on like it's like one of these pay to view channels. It's a Danish channel called C, like XEE. It was like 10, 23-minute episodes, I think.
What?
It was like insane making that. It was not just me. It was my good friend Anders Lilleøre, who's a fabulous magician. I'm not sure if you've met him actually, but I'm gonna introduce you if you're at the same convention.
Yeah, if you say someone's a fabulous magician, then it means they're incredible.
Yeah, but he's fucking good. He's just and he's a good friend. But long story short, we got this TV show called Noget i ærmet in Danish, like translates into something up the sleeve, pretty much.
Yeah.
We wanted to call it WTF, but we weren't allowed for some reason. So it was called something up the sleeve, and we did 10 episodes, and we were like really new in this. We hadn't done TV at all before, so we just said yes. And without knowing, the producers of the TV show, they had signed a contract saying that we weren't just doing a street magic show, or what you want to call it, but we were doing a street magic show. We were doing magic with celebrities, and we would be doing a hidden camera magic show in the spirit of the Carbonaro effect. Not as good, but in the spirit of the Carbonaro effect. And so we had like these 3 magic television show concepts mashed into one. So we had to do all 3 parts for every episode. So it was like 5 months of my life where it's like, just mind blown up.
Wow.
But it was fun.
Do you have any favorite? Did you create tricks for it, and did you have any sort of favorite ones from there?
We created stuff for it, and we had 2 really cool guys helping us with it. A bit late in the process, we were allowed to hire in consultants. So we had Nikolaj Christensen. He has a brilliant mind. He wrote this Blue Moon, like really good book on card magic, and Mads Finger, who's an awesome mentalist here in Denmark, and a great magician as well. So they were consulting and helping us. So with us 4 people writing material in the morning, and then Anders and I going out to shoot, and then they would continue doing it, and then we would go home and practice stuff for the next day. So it's like, yeah, a lot of work doing that. But I think I don't know. I love doing the hidden camera portions of it. They were really fun. We had like this. We had this fake product line. We called ourselves Future Tools. So we had like a logo with like that, with something like that. I don't even remember what it looked like. And we had like T-shirts and banners, and we would set up shop in hardware stores around Copenhagen. So people would come in and see like weird new inventions that we were selling. So we had like this nanotechnology hammer that when you hammer on metal, it would work. Like you could hammer in nails. But as soon as it hit like a finger, nothing would happen because of the nanoparticles in it. And it's like basically the prop dog thing. They have like this really, really realistic hammer, and it was amazing. But just how the story of that thing, like we would hammer in nails and leave the hammer on the table, going out back to find something else, and then the camera would see people pick up the hammer and just try slowly on their cheeks, like on the. Oh no, it didn't work. So it's like really, really fun. We invented a microwave that would dehydrate stuff, so you could put in like meals, and it would shrink it down into nothing. So like astronauts would use this oven and stuff like that. So when we put this pellet or this like tiny burger in the microwave, it would rehydrate and yeah. So there's stuff like that, and people just ate it raw. It was so funny, like because people love like innovation and new inventions. It was fun.
Dude, I need to somehow get my hands on this show and see it.
Yeah, I have it lying around. I'll hook you up with it, but it's in Danish and no subtitles. So,
so Ben Matthew says he can still only get Hawkeye down maybe 50% of the time with a laughing emoji. Well,
it is tough. Look, I'll talk about that in a second. But you're frozen on my screen. You're frozen in a good position, by the way.
Oh,
so you're like
this.
You look like this, and not like most people. But now you're back again. That's good.
Okay,
I
cool.
think it's my connection. I apologize if I'm choppy.
You come across it's really smooth for me with you. So yeah, he says he's got a laughing emoji. I'm guessing it took you like years, and it's only been out for everyone else since February. So
yeah, and it did. Like I put up a video on Instagram of my wife that has no prior magic experience at all. She works with her head and not with her hands, so she's not a juggler or anything.
No, she's a mentalist. She's a mentalist. She's a propless mentalist.
She is a mentalist. Yeah. No, but she got it in I think the first minute or two. I'm not even sure how many minutes it was. At least within the first 5 minutes, she got it down once. So just to say that it's possible to do it, and then it's all about like the fine tuning of finding out the exact angle of the pin. And I know on the video I say that I don't always perform this publicly, but that's changed. Now I perform it pretty much every time I'm out in public. Wow. Not that often with borrowed rings, because you can drop them and you can damage them. And I talk about that on the video as well. But I mean, if it's something you practice, it's like, I don't know, there's probably people listening to this that are real move monkey persons when it comes to coin magic or card magic, and if you just put the same energy into it, you'll get it down. It's not, sorry, this sounds really lame when I've had these many years practicing it, but it's not that difficult as long as you understand the angle of the pin. I think the angle of the pin is without spoiling too much, is the secret ingredient to it.
Yeah.
Okay. So if 45 doesn't work for you, then switch it up a little bit and look at it, like film yourself and see where does it work the most. And as soon as you get that angle down, it's like, yeah, you'll get it much more than 50%.
Amazing. That's a great piece of advice. So Brendan Latkovich says, Kim, I was wondering if you're going to tell us why you're palming / holding a ball.
Oh, that's just because what do you call? I'm just one of those persons that can't hold my hands still.
Can you show us anything?
What, sorry?
Can you show us anything with the ball?
Oh, nothing original, but
That's okay.
I just love these manipulation balls. It's like these. I don't know what this is called, but which one?
Oh, is that Cardini's
It
thing?
could be Cardini. I'm not sure. I saw Rune do it, and I've been doing it ever since. It's just like really.
Yeah, I
And
think
these,
it's either Slidini or Cardini on.
yeah, I'm guessing Cardini, but I'm not sure. And it's just these. I don't have the tube here, but it's Facchini. Facchini put these out.
What's the weight on them?
Well, so yeah, that's weight. They're weighted and like have a hard core, and then they're just like really smooth material. It's great.
I'm looking for that clip of Cardini doing this. I don't know if you can see.
Oh yeah. Oh, that's one of the big balls. Yeah. That's great. Wow.
Yeah, it's like that sort of thing. I've tried it. I can't do it. But then I've only ever tried. I don't have a real manipulation ball.
No, that makes that's what makes the difference. That's what makes the difference. Sorry about that.
Yeah. So Nemed Phoenix says, Nemed's a good friend of mine. He says, he made it to the center session. Hey Kim, I bought your coins at Blackpool. Now a fanboy.
Oh, I'm glad to hear that.
Nemed's a very tough nut to crack. I will say he's a performing magician from the UK and is really critical of like bad magic. You know, if something's bad, he won't hold back. So he's really hard to impress. So it's a big compliment from me.
Oh, thanks, man. I'm glad to hear that, Nemed. I hope you're having fun with them. Yeah.
Dude, the silver edge coins are just crazy good.
Yeah, and that's how we met, actually.
Yes, yeah.
At the session, like, 5 or 6 years ago?
Gotta be 5 or 6 years ago. Yeah, I met you. You were doing this stuff, and then I was like, everybody, come and meet my friend Kim. And I was whoring you out to anyone that would listen to me. I'm so sorry.
It was good for me. Like, yeah, it was. Thanks for doing that.
See, I'm the opposite. When I show someone something, and then they try and get other people, I'm like, fuck off. You're just so good at it. You're a natural, you know, and then you slayed everyone.
I just love performing. It's when you met me at that point, I hated performing for magicians. That was like the worst thing you could ask me to do.
Really?
And I was demoing at for a magic shop around the world at conventions, but I hated performing for magicians not because of the magicians, they were nice, most of them, but because of me. I had this you know this feeling when you show a trick to magicians, you're like, oh, they know what's going on. I can't trick them. They're just looking at my skill level or when I'm doing the pass or when I'm and that was just so it took up so much of my mind. Sorry about that.
I can barely hear anything from
you
outside.
Okay, great. That's good.
No, I know what you mean. Yeah, you show a magician a trick and then it's got like a really cool reveal with like, I don't know, like a neon light bulb in the background, but they go, whoa, at the pass, and then you do the big reveal and they're like...
Yeah, exactly. It's like I used to do open mics like most nights of the week, like years ago, with stand-up comedy and then comedy magic, and whenever you told other comedians a joke, they wouldn't laugh, but you would know if you had a good joke if they went, that's funny. So that reaction, that's funny. That would be like the equivalent of a standing ovation with some of the comedians. So it's the same thing with magicians. I think that as long as you shouldn't expect a crazy David Blaine style reaction on the streets. You should expect people looking at all the wrong places and going, wow, he's good. It's weird.
So we got some really quick comments, and I'm going to ask a question that's come in. So Abraxa says, "What's up, boys?" Which is Nathan Lindley, amazing channel on YouTube. And Magic Seance says, "Hey guys, happy Sunday. Hey Kim, it's Stefan from Montreal."
Oh, hi Stefan. Welcome on board.
So I think it's Stefan. It's not Stephanie because it's Stefan with an E. I think in the UK it's spelled. What's going on, Stefan, man? I haven't been to Montreal, but I was thinking about going this year because FISM is there, yeah.
I want to go. I'm not sure I'm coming. I don't think I'm coming, but I want to.
I know. I do love FISM. I've been to a couple of them in different places. Okay, so here's the question anyway. It's to me about you. Lloyd, could you say, this is from Brandon, by the way. Lloyd, could you say a slight/move/routine, other than Shrapnel, since it's so well known and good, that I really enjoy from Kim, and that not many people know about? And then Kim, could you do the same for me?
Oh, sorry, I have I have kids in my ear.
Yeah, so basically, he's asking me, what's my favourite slight move or routine of yours that not many people know about? And then, do you know any of mine?
Oh, yes, I do.
That not many people know about.
Should I start?
You can start if you want to, yeah.
Yeah. Unfortunately, I can't really name it, but you showed me something on camera like a year ago. And I hear a little bird singing about a future release, and I've seen some teasers.
Oh, Lux! It's called Lux.
That is probably my favorite thing I've ever seen you perform, and I'm one of those very corny people saying you should keep that so it could just be in our little circle because I want that to myself.
You actually said that since the first time I showed you. That you're very kind. Thank you so much.
It's amazing, and I know we can't talk about it probably, but it's that is just insane.
Thank you so much, man. Yeah, that's coming out soon. Like, we won't make it into May before it's released.
Ooh.
That's a bit of an exclusive right there.
Dude, it's amazing. Wow.
So mine of yours. Well, see, it's a similar thing that it's the thing that you showed me to show the team on the video with the stuff.
Yes,
which I can't really talk about, but I think one of my favorite things of yours that it is out there, but it's not super well known, is your card to wallet from BDSM.
Oh, yeah.
I absolutely adore that card to wallet. One, for the BDSM move usage in it, and two, for the card to wallet move that you use for it. You know, you don't need to use the BDSM move to get into that card to wallet. And it's
no, exactly.
It's the cleanest card to wallet move I've ever seen.
I'm so glad you like that. It's basically it's one of those fun things that, you know, I tried to learn the Malo convincing control, and I tried to learn the Buck twins, their what's it called, the DMB, what's it called?
Oh, the DMB spread control, right?
Yeah, the spread control, but I just couldn't get it down. It's sorry, that was like my Schwarzenegger impression. I couldn't get it down.
Down.
I can't even say it. But I couldn't make it work. So I came up with my own handling, and then I figured out it was more of like a Frank. I don't even know where the book is now, but I got that book later on. But it's Frank Simon. He isn't called Frank Simon. I think he's called Frank Simon. So it's a variation of the Malo thing and the Buck thing and the Frank Simon thing, the whole control thing for the BDSM, and I use it every day. It's just I love it. But the whole using it for a card to wallet, it's just it just seemed like the right thing to use it for. Does it make sense?
Could you not expose it, but could you show the motions of it, or could you do it in a way?
I think I can do maybe I can tilt. So now you're getting more of a crotch view. But
that's a good shot.
Could we improvise this? I think I have a wallet around.
Yeah, or use a book. You could use a book.
What? Sorry?
You could use a book.
I could use a book in theory, but give me 2 seconds. Let me see if I can do it. I haven't actually used it with the wallet.
Cool. I'll read some comments as you get prepped. So let me see.
I might screw this up on air, but hey, then we'll learn something from that, right?
Michael Lawrence says, you're streaming the same time as Vanishing Ink live. If you wondered why the numbers are low, that's probably why. Thank you so much, Michael. Yeah. Well,
so the thing is, let's try this. Why not?
Yes, here we go. All right, everyone.
So, I'll be performing with like a broken wallet in my mouth. This is the one I used to use, and I just had it in a drawer. So this is how it would look like. You'd have a deck of cards. They could pick any card in the deck, okay? They could sign the card. Let's go with this one. And I really don't know what it is, except for the screen.
Yeah.
I do know what it is. Okay, so this is the move, pretty much, okay? So I go from here. They can shuffle the deck, okay? Normally I would have them shuffle the deck at this point. I won't. I'll throw it away. And I'll take the wallet, and I'll do this as fairly as I can, like this, okay? And inside the wallet is one card, and one card only. Could you see that on screen? I'm not even sure. And this would be their signed selection. Okay? So that's basically it.
Dude!
What's right?
Dude! Fuck!
I haven't performed it like that before, so I had to just... but you would have the spectator hold it in their hands, and you'd show your hands like even cleaner, and yeah. I just love that. And then there's the whole card to shoe. That's basically what I do these days. I perform the card to shoe version of it. And I use the move for lots of other effects as well. But it's I'm actually working on something new with that particular thing that I'll show you that later when
okay.
the camera's off.
Yeah. But man, the
I'm
cleanliness of
it was like a thing that you edited that, didn't you?
I did. That's why I know it so well.
Yeah. The fun thing about that is I think it's a really, really good product. I think it's a really good download, and you get so much for what you pay for it. And I think like a couple of weeks ago you could get it for like $7 or something because of a sale. So so much stuff in it. You have like the card to wallet, card to shoe. You have like my homage to Chris Kenner's perversion from Totally Out of Control, where it's like an inversion routine, but different. And then there's all these different things, color changes and stuff in it. But I decided to call it BDSM. Yeah, selling to a community where, I don't know, 50% needs to use their parents' credit card to buy magic tricks from online magic stores. So that was like a really, really bad move, and I learned something from that.
Little Johnny is into BDSM now. Who knew?
Yes.
But he's really good at it. He practices BDSM, and he can get away with it in public.
Yep.
And he never flashes. He never flashes with BDSM.
Yeah, but I'm glad you mentioned that. I'm glad you like it.
I love it, dude. I mean, where did that, like, for me, it's, you know, the move and then the clean handling of the wallet.
Yeah.
How did that come around? Like, was that, did you go, I want to come up with a card to wallet where I can show my hands empty, or did you sort of just stumble upon it as a concept?
Played around with, because there's actually a version of doing that with a borrowed wallet as well. Like, what I use is a gimmicked wallet, but it comes in many different sizes and shapes and stuff. But it's a well-known gimmick wallet. But you can also use it for some regular wallets that people carry in their pockets. So they could hold on to their own wallet as long as you know what the wallet is shaped like and what kind of wallet it is. Then you can use it for that as well. So I played around with different ways of doing this. But the whole I'm weaving because we can't spoil it, of course. But if you've been into magic for some years, you know what's going on, and have at it. It's fun. But my friend Morten, with two N's. You've met Morten. He is probably one of my favorite magicians today. He's just, his head is completely like differently, not wrongly, but differently on. And he's so creative. Like from he wakes up until he goes to bed, he's just creative, and it's insane. And I saw him do something, not with the control, but with the last portion of the thing before the reveal. I saw him do a different kind of trick using that, and it uses a technique that you normally don't connect with close-up magic. Is that right in saying that? Yeah. And I saw him do that, and I saw him fry people's minds at magic conventions doing that, and they were completely off method-wise. And then I asked him if I could do something like that in my routine, and in different ways and with different build-up and different outcome, but using that particular thing, and it just made sense, because you have this, like, it's a very intimate and very open and honest moment. Like, they've held onto the wallet the whole time. You grab the wallet from them, you open the wallet, and inside is their signed card. It's just, no loading in pockets, no nothing. It's just, it was more like a why not use it for that?
I mean,
makes sense.
It's one of those things where I didn't catch it the first time I watched it, and that's on video, which normally you catch things on video that are like that. So I didn't catch it the first time I watched it, and then when I was editing it, I watched it back again. I was like, "Fuck," you know what I mean? Like, it just like a jaw on the floor type brilliance thinking. It's just because I love card to wallet. Like I know how powerful card to wallet is for the audience.
Yeah.
And the only option they have normally is that, oh, you must have secretly palmed it in, right?
Exactly.
So like with all magic, I think the best stuff is when you take away all options for the audience. So if you're doing a psychological trick and they go, well, it must have been maths based, then you say, right, then here, look, get rid of the maths or whatever, So with this, is the audience think, well, he must have secretly had it in his hand. So you show them, my hands are empty.
Yeah.
And for me, that's like, right, that's when you're really like whittling down to leave them with magic.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Wow, thanks. That means a lot.
So brilliant. So and we got some comments coming in. Reed Ferry says, "What's up, guys?" Nemed said, "Vanishing who?" And Brendan Lapkovich says, "Great performance, Kim."
Thanks.
It was. You actually nailed it. I was kind of worried, like, shit, there's no going back. This is live. If this fucks up.
But it's well.
But I have a question, Kim.
Yeah.
What is your everyday carry of magic?
Everyday carry of magic. Right back pocket, shrapnel. We've talked about that, so just it goes there. Left back pocket, silver edge stack every single day. I go back and forth with using like the $50, and then I have a set of Morgan dollars as well that are just amazing. You can't get them from where you get silver edge, but it's they're larger. They play for a bigger crowd. They're more angly, but it's just I always carry those around. Then I have a Sharpie in my pocket with a red cap on. We talked about that recently, why I have a red cap on, right?
Oh, we did.
Yeah, it's
yes.
It's the whole thing with it's actually Johan Stoll, the sleeveless sleeving guy from Sweden. He's amazing. He's an amazing magician as well. He told me to always use a red cap on a black Sharpie.
Oh, yeah, I know why. I know.
When you do stuff like you show and then you take it, and you take it. Ooh, that's a good one, right? Take a whiff of the cap, and then you sneeze, and it goes back on. So you have like a bigger contrast with the cap. So that's important.
I did not see that bit. What the fuck?
That's because of the mucus on the lens.
Dude, that was like you literally fried me with that then.
Thanks. It's called nose job, and it's impromptu. It's a fun thing. But
that really caught me.
Oh, thanks, man. Thanks. Well, I thought I'd shown you actually. I've done that for like 15 years. It's
no, I didn't see them. Amazing. So okay, so shrapnel, silver edge, and what I like about this so far, it's not card stuff, right?
Exactly. Yeah. And am I right in guessing that mostly magicians will see this, so I can go a little bit into spoiler territory?
It's only magicians. I put like when I share these on social media, I have you can make lists on Facebook to separate groups with privacy. So all my stuff is shared only to magicians.
You talked about that on the podcast. Yeah, that's true. I heard that. So, then I carry one of these. This is a Morgan dollar replica. And that's for all not mine, but all the OneCoin routines that I perform. They're not mine. They're just like. Could
you show everyone one? Could you perform one?
No. It's just like I could, but I won't. I think it's just all of this. I'm not going to go. Sorry, I need to make sure that I have everything for it. It's. So you
don't have to if you don't want to. By the way, I was just being a cheeky bastard.
But the thing with coins like these, you have one of these, and this is a replica coin. It's and there's a reason for that, and I'll go into it in a second. And then you have like the shout out to Johnny O from Japan. So that's.
Did you learn that at the Session Convention a couple of years ago?
He's amazing.
Yeah.
This is the weird beard magician, and I love it. So I always have a spare coin in my beard, and then I have like the third coin. They rattle, and then the third coin comes out of my elbow. So three of these coins, and I love these coins. They're just I always carry them around, and they're cheap because they're knockoffs. And then when I do this, the whole and they disappear in the end, and it's just I just love that the cleanness of it. Is it called cleanness or cleanliness?
Cleanliness, yeah.
And then when I want to get back, I just go, I pull one out of my thing, I pull one out of my arm, and I go, let's say the second one, it went back into the beard again. So 3 coins, and that's pretty much it when you do this. And then you take the glasses off and you go, and it's gone again. So yeah, so I do stuff like that with that, and the reason I do that is because it has an iron core in it. So I always, for 1 coin routines, I always do that. And if you have shrapnel or silver edge, you know why, and sort of makes So, but because I have that, I always have a way to end clean.
Nice.
And do stuff like that. So that's an everyday carry for me, definitely. So I think that's pretty much what I carry. Then I just recently started doing that. I have an ITR hookup in my cap that I'm playing around with. It's a fun thing right now, but it just makes sense for me to do it like that because I can take it off and put it on, and everything's just ready when I'm doing that.
I don't know if I've ever heard of an ITR in a hat before, but it's brilliant.
Yeah, me neither. But I just tried it out one day. It was fun. I'm trying to figure out some kinks in it, but it's.
What sort of type of effect would you do with it? Would you do like floating or movements?
Did you see my? Did you see the floating shrapnel link on my Instagram?
Yes. Yeah. Fuck.
So that's done with that hookup. So it's, and of course I can't go into, but I'm a huge fan of Morgan Strepler's Spun. He put out a DVD like, I don't know, 10, 15 years ago. So that hookup, which apparently isn't his, I think he mentions on the video, or maybe it is, but he learned it from someone else or something like that. But that hookup is good, but it's very impractical. And it's, there's so many different thread hookups that I don't like. I don't like it attached to my body, and of course I can't go in. But but using the cap thing, it just made it a little bit easier for some of the things. I can show you at some point, and if you see me at a convention, come and ask me because I'm just playing around with it. It's fun.
Do you have a particular thread reel that you use, or is it just any?
I use different these days. So right now I'm just using thread bullets for it, but that gets expensive in the long run. So I'm trying to figure out which one to use. I'm waiting on a couple.
I'm asking out of genuine interest because it's the one area of magic that I do not touch in any way, shape, or form.
Yeah, and I've felt like that as well for many years. Like, who was it? Was it Garcia that put out the floating butterfly?
Yes,
the bill
called Life.
And I think he talks about how it's more magical if they just get a hint of it floating instead of And I love that, and I've lived by that for years. So I would use loops for like small animations and stuff, but I wouldn't make a bill float in the air. I just do like these small, like minor levitations or what you call it. But I've just come to realize that some lay people, they really react to floating stuff, even though I think it's too much. To me, it's more in the vein of like sawing I don't know, I'd have to be a woman. That's like very biased of me, but a person in half. It's like these kinds of magic that are over the top. They're more entertainment than actually, like, we all know that she's not been sawn in half for real, because that would be manslaughter. It's not floating in real life. It must be something. But when you do like those small things, like the glasses flipping over on the table and stuff, that's like people get confused when they see stuff like that in a positive way. But I've just come to realize that many of the persons I perform for, they freak out when they see stuff flying in midair.
It's so interesting. It's so interesting. Do you remember the Essential Magic Conference, the EMC?
Yeah, I do. Yeah.
There was a talk on there from a British magician called Paul Keeve, and he was the magic consultant on the Harry Potter movies.
Ooh.
And now we're going back. What is this, like 2012? So 10 years ago. But he spoke about that they researched what had the most impact on people when they watched magic for the movies, to see what would translate well on screen. And resoundingly, it was movement and floating magic. Anything that moved on its own or floated, that was the strongest magic you could perform. And I've always remembered that. and I'm thinking to myself like, oh, I should do it more because I know statistically it's the strongest material that can be performed. From in that context. And I've never. I want to experiment with it. But going back to what else you said is that how you sort of held on to that Garcia notion for so many years. I feel like you as well. There's so much magic that I've refused to do out of being too proud. Where the last, like especially the last year, I've started doing more magic where the old Lloyd would go, ha ha ha, you're too good for that, and realizing that, fuck man, this stuff is like, it shits on some of the material that I've created. Like some of the classic things. I'm this close to doing sponge balls, put it that way.
But I mean, and don't get me wrong, I still think that what Danny's saying is true, and it's also right and true. It's just, I think people are different. Some people will react great to sponge balls. I've used sponge balls most of my life. I still bring them out sometimes. I know it's not a positive thing to say, and you get shamed for it. But it's there's a reason that it works, because it's something that works in people's hands, and they feel the magic happen somehow, in some way. But I think I lost track there. But I think people are different. Like some events, I wouldn't bring sponge balls, because then I wouldn't be able to charge the money I charge for a gig. If I was the one with the red clown noses walking around, it's.
Do you think so?
Depending on where you. Yeah, I think so. And not for all. That's definitely not a thing. But for me, because I already, before I bring out the sponge balls or whatever I would bring out, I look different when I go performing. I will wear a suit if it's a wedding or if it's like a very formal event, but if not, I'll bring a nice looking shirt and black jeans, and I will wear my cat at most events, because that's me. That's me as a person. That's and most people, when they book me, they see photos of me looking somehow like this, and I've realized that actually more than once I've arrived at a gig, and the people in charge, they walked right past me and couldn't find me when we were on the phone, because I had a suit on, and I'm bald, so I'd be like looking completely different than what they actually found on websites or through booking agencies.
They booked you for what you were at the time. They didn't see you.
And then I'm arriving at this party where like everything's wild and crazy, and I'm like this, and that's just not me. I've tried to become that person for so many years, and I'm not going to. And no matter what, no matter how much money I spend on a suit, I'm not going to be able to wear it like the guy who's running the bank or whatever. It's like they know what money looks like, and I'm not money. I'm entertainment, and that's what I'm good at.
Off the back of that, we got a bunch of guys commenting in here and asking questions. Punk BMX says, "How's it going?" Keith Carney says, "That's nasty in a good way."
So what's nasty in a good way? Was it the Sharpie thing or the?
It may be the coin routine, because there's a bit of a delay in the comments. They come in like a minute after everything. But
or just me.
But I have a question then, based off this conversation. What is your guilty pleasure trick that you really perform, that maybe magicians wouldn't expect to hear from you, or that you just feel like, oh, I know I shouldn't do this trick, but it works so well, I'm doing it.
If that's, I don't know, because I think I have lots of guilty pleasures, but it's just, they've just become normal. I think I perform a lot of pulling stuff from behind people's ears, and I love that. And
I made a whole video on why I think that's potentially the strongest trick of all time.
But it's amazing, right?
Yes.
I do that with my kids and my kids' friends every single day. But you'll also see me do that at an event where people are drinking and having fun, and I just pull their phone or a Sharpie or whatever out behind their ear, and they react.
Right. So I have some thinking on this, because I think it is the most globally recognized magic trick, right? I mean, universal. It's the one trick that...
Bar none, yeah.
Right, yeah. I mean, if you're a tribe in Africa, they probably pull stones and other objects from the baby's ears. it's universal. The thing about it is everyone knows how it works at the same time. So my thing was, I think there's potential that if you could, like we were saying earlier about getting rid of with the palming, right? Or the lack of palming even, that you prove that, well, I definitely had empty hands, so that's not the method. Same thing, right? If you could say to someone, well, we all know how the coin from behind the ear works, but watch, I'm going to show you real magic. My hand is empty. And pull the coin out. I think that's got potential to be like the finale trick of an event, you know, like that's all you need to do.
Yeah.
I think it's magic. It's amazing.
Yeah. Have you seen what's his name? I forgot his name right now. I love that guy. The guy who pulls a rabbit from his hair. That's his.
Is he the professor magician? The magic professor?
No. He has he's more of a hippie magician. He has this long brown curly hair. Oh, I'm so sorry that we've met, and I love that guy. My mind's just.
Does he do the thing with the mustache as well and the egg?
No, I don't. I'm not sure about that. But he has like a Meister stream routine where he also to music, I think, and he has a routine where he instead of getting out of a straitjacket really fast, he has to get out of it most gracefully or something like that. And he's holding 2 raw eggs in his hands inside of the straitjacket. So he's trying to get out of the hole, I think very slowly and elegantly into music and without breaking the eggs. And then he ends off by producing 2 live chickens from the straitjacket. And it's just people.
It's not Remy Connor, is it?
What, sorry?
Remy Connor?
No, it's not. And I'll write it to you so maybe you can put it in the notes, because he's just amazing. And sorry for spoiling the act, because it's just I just love that. But he has a Meister stream where he also really gets into and I know many people have now, but he produces these huge objects from his hair and from the spectator's hair, and it's so it is really strong if you present it the right way.
So someone called Hey JD has just asked, why an ear though? Why not Sharpie from another place?
Depending on what place you're talking about.
Exactly.
I don't know. I mean, you could pull it from. I think maybe because of what you said, that stuff from behind the ear is globally recognized as a magic trick. And I remember people doing it to me when I was a small kid, and
same.
I'm guessing most of you guys remember that as well. And if not, if you haven't tried it, then you've heard about people who's tried it. So I don't know.
I think that I think it's just the reason from behind the ear is because that's what the tradition is. Okay, so let me go into some more questions. I'll tell everyone my guilty pleasure trick is the Omnideck.
You talked about that recently.
I think so. Because I know people look down their nose at it. I don't know why. But I never do it from Ambitious Card. I do it from 2-card Monty straight into Omnideck. Kills. Anyway, that's my guilty pleasure. Somebody says...
Just a quick thing about that. I have a friend who performs the Omnideck like you, but every time he's out. And he's really good at it. And we were performing at a gig. And he had the spectator sitting with the now Omnideck without him knowing it in his hands. And he said something like, bam, and the deck's gone. And he's like, no, I can still feel it. And they said, no, for real, it's gone. Open your hands. And then the guy was drunk and fun. So he opened his hands, and without recognizing that it was now an Omnideck instead of a real deck of cards, he threw it and said, ta-da! And he just threw the Omnideck. And I think he hit a plate or something, and the stuff. It was fun.
Ben Williams...
But my friend still performs it, and he's good at it.
I love it. Ben Williams had a good thing where... he has them in the position ready to reveal it, and he says something like, instead of vanishing it, he's like, I'm going to need something like a glass, and then he just says, look, it's now glass, as if he's randomly grabbing something, and whatever he grabbed, it turns into that. And I thought that's a great premise, but...
that's cool, yeah.
Wouldn't it be cool if you had a digital force bag set up in your phone, and it had things like turn to glass, turn to stone, vanish, and then force whatever it's going to be on them, so they think they've got to, I don't know. Anyway, let me get some questions. Got loads of questions coming in. Could you give me your opinion on the latest Magic monthly subscriptions, like the Mealing membership, Christine Grace, Netrix, Z monthly membership, and Danny Goldsmith Guild?
I'm really sorry to say I'm not following any of them. I love them all. I think they're wonderful magicians, and I really want to learn all they have, but I don't have the time for it. It's I have 3 kids, and I have a company to run, and I have my wife, and I'm trying. So I to me, it would be almost throwing money out the window doing it, but I'm looking forward to at some point having like a holiday where I can get in there and start actually
binging
to get the ball rolling. Does it make sense?
Yeah,
because they're putting out amazing stuff.
I'm actually a member of a few of them, and I can speak to those. You know, I'm a member of Christian Graces and Netrix, and I think I'm going to sign up. Right? Pardon?
You're one of the teachers on Netrix as well, right?
I am one of the teachers on Netrix too. Yeah, which is pretty cool. I keep forgetting that. And things like Danny Goldsmith's Guild, Z. I don't know about this. I've never heard of the Z Monthly. I don't know what that one is.
No, I mean, is it C like ZEE?
Yeah, like Zebra.
Because he's insane. Like I met him at Blackpool. And that's just next level. So if he has a monthly thing, you should definitely go there.
Yeah, I'll go and check it out.
With coins and cards, like it's just a beast.
I mean, the thing is, all those people that have those memberships, they are magicians that I love, think are fucking awesome. Do you know what I mean? He hasn't named anyone that I would go, ugh. So I think either sign up to all of them if you can afford it, or pick out pick out 2. One that is gonna be something new and challenging to you, and one that you know you're gonna love. But all of them are really good. I think for me, the best value for money one, and I am a tutor on there, but I don't earn any money off it. I do it completely for free. I do think the most content you're gonna get is the Netrix. I mean, that's the most full one. Do you know what I mean? It's everything. Yeah. It covers coin magic, card magic, random magic, and then it teaches you business courses and like how to everything you need to become a professional working magician. So and I think without being a member of any of them and without being asked, I think that look at who you are as a magician. If you want to sign up for stuff like that, do you want to learn like lots of different things, then definitely Netrix. It sounds like from watching the trailer and hearing you guys talk about it. Yeah. But what I normally do when I buy new books or back in the days DVDs or stuff like that, I look at the type of magician, like the material I see myself being able to perform or getting the most out of, right? So if you love Christian stuff, then definitely go for braces and stuff like that, right? So yeah. Christian Grace, his one, he puts up some of the most fooling shit I've ever seen on there. I watch it, and it's cards. Oh man, that's a great one. But I'm looking at the Milan membership as well. I'm thinking about that. He's done that for so long now. I remember when he started doing it through. I saw it on Instagram. Yeah, and I don't know how people can do that. Their head must be working on a completely different level. I know. I do on my YouTube. I do 4 tutorials a week. I do 8 tutorials a month on my YouTube. Wow. Yeah, I've seen some of them, and I don't understand why you haven't released them. Some of them. Well, mainly because I'm only interested in putting out products, like physical products these days. I know. So it makes sense, and I mean, you have a full-time job, so it definitely makes sense. But it's just some of those ideas are Thanks, it's really kind of you. Okay, let's get off. I hate talking about myself. You don't like talking about it. So Punk BMX says, I've only recently been made aware of Kim, but man, I've been missing out. Such a chill guy with awesome ideas. Thanks. Deceive Reality says, having a friend pass you something as you reach behind their ear kills. Mm-hmm. Yeah, definitely. Richard McCucci, I think that's how you pronounce his name, says, like Gregory Wilson's recap, going back to something earlier. Yeah. I always thought about this object from behind the ear thing. I think the very first Sunday session that I made, or maybe the second one, I was driving in the car recording it, and I set a challenge to people to go off and create an uber clean but practical coin from the ear. And I was trying a bunch of methods, and one of the things that I did was I have a scorpion reel randomly. I don't even know how I own it, but it's from Bobby Motta, made by Craig Filsetti. And I set up...
that's the strong one, right? It's like really...
Yeah.
It pulls,
Yeah. So I set up this little fucking system downstairs, in a little pulley where I could get my wife, even though I didn't perform it to her in the end, to stand, or anyone to stand in a certain spot. And I could activate the reel, which would then go zip, and pull the object coin, while I was setting it up with a ring, because it was just easier to tie them there, up to ear level, silently, behind them. And
wow.
then so then I could be like this, and then go and undo the blue tack or the white tack I had on it, and then show, and then retract the reel the rest of the way in, so there'd be no thread behind there. And then I realized that part of the challenge was to make it practical. So
and have them
out the window,
stand in the exact spot, and but that's cool. That's fun. Yeah. Wow.
Well, I was thinking of other ways. Like I have this trick where I wanted to make a coin appear in a spectator's hand, right? So literally to appear somehow in their hand.
Yeah.
And I seen this thing from Greg Wilson, and he takes a coin on himself, so not on a spectator. He takes a coin, an invisible coin, I must add, invisible coin, poke chip, flicks it in the air, and catches it. I thought, oh, what a great appearance, right? And then it shows it's real now.
Yeah.
So if I could do that on a spectator, that would be sort of along the right lines of my challenge to myself, which was to make a coin appear. So what I did was, I had a coin in a shell and a bit of double stick tape on the shell, and I say, I want you to hold your hands out, and I would load it on the back of their hand like that.
Oh, nice.
Like this. Yeah. No, I didn't do it with the shell. I started with the shell. I did it with a singular coin, and then had another one. I got a video of it actually. I'll hold it up in a minute. It's a live performance too. So the coin should be stuck to their hand, right? And the main thing I realized that I had to do was I had to sit on the coin before I performed it because it was cold. So I had to get it to body temperature so they wouldn't.
Of course, so they didn't feel it. Nice.
So I stick it on the back of their hand, and then I just mimic the motion. I hold their hands out and say, I want you to imagine an invisible coin. I'm going to place it in this hand. I want you to imagine flicking it and catching it, and it worked, right? So
have you tried doing it where you have them flip an invisible coin and catch it and do this?
That's it. That's what I do.
Sorry.
I'll show the video. So off of that is another area I was thinking, because I haven't talked about these from behind the ear ideas. I was thinking of doing it with a coin shell, right? Because do you know the thing where you take a coin and you stick it to your forehead and it falls off, and then you do it to your friend and they think it's stuck to their head, but you've secretly stolen it, and they have to bang themselves on the head.
Yeah, nothing happens. Yeah, I've seen that before.
Right. Well, I realized that means they can and can't tell if a coin's there. So I thought one way of doing this coin from behind the ear thing.
Yeah.
I have a small coin shell here. Where is it? It's a penny. It's a penny coin. Is it this one? Right. Where's the shell of it? And I thought I could get away with taking say you all know the trick where I take a coin from behind the ear and I put it to their head and say, you hold the coin there, stick it secretly, the shell, but then tip the coin, the insert out. So now they actually have a coin stuck behind the ear. Nice. And they'd say, but that was done with palming, but they don't realize, and then go back and finish the trick off. You know what I mean? Let me see if I got that.
That reminds me of, is it Eric Mead? His book, Tangled Web?
Yes, I was thinking about that book the other day.
He has the whole thing with the pulling out, like asking for permission, of course, and then taking out an earring from a woman's ear, and then making the earring disappear, and then it ends up back in her ear again, which is that's witchcraft. It reminds me a little bit like the premise of it. It's that's a great book, by the way.
I wonder if it's I've never actually read it. I was thinking about it because I wanted to pick it up because I went back and watched his Foolish performance.
Yeah.
And
he's insane. He did the tube or the
the cylinder. So here's the actual video of.
Sorry, I keep forgetting this. People watching this, or maybe people watching this. It's fun just talking to you.
Sorry, yes. There's live music there. So.
Yeah. Oh, that's great. Wow. That's good.
Yeah.
You've only done that once?
I've done it a few times, but that's the first time I got it on video. And it was the very first time I tried it as well.
Wow, that's great.
The reactions I realised, though, is that they scream and they shake. But the coin is stuck, which doesn't make sense. So if you notice, I really quickly grab the coin off
I
their
saw
hand.
that. Yeah. Of course they scream. And
So look, this is a coin shell.
Yeah.
All right. So this is the theory. So I'd be the spectator. I'd say, now magicians do it. They place the coin behind your ear, and then somehow I have to take the coin out. Now I can't tell that's there. So now I can reach back
and grab another coin. Yeah. How long could it stay there? Because if you continue into another effect and then get back 2 minutes later,
oh wow,
and say, let me just get one more coin, something like that. That'd be fun.
I
really like that idea. I'm gonna try that. That's fun.
I have to get the coin.
I actually there's it's in Danish, but there used to be a YouTube video of this clothing store had a Christmas calendar where they had 24 episodes of different kinds of creative talking about whatever. And I had one episode where I talked about magic, and I gave a fake explanation on the coin behind ear. And this is like 15 years ago, 20 years, I don't know. But where I talked about duct taping coins to the back of people's ears just at the beginning of parties, just going around, and then you could later on in the day, so it's like just a mock fun thing being hung over on camera. Yeah. But you're actually doing it. It's fucking amazing. I love that.
It's a great idea though, because you could stick it. Yeah. You could stick it to someone's shoulder, and then so they think they go into the ear. You very gently just put it off the shoulder and then back through.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm gonna try it right now. So I'm gonna stick it to my.
No, but why not the neck? I mean, if you don't feel it, it's.
You genuinely don't. Sense. You don't because it feels like I'm just tapping it. But you'd have to. All you have to do is to make sure is that when I bring it up, I say this is how they do it. They put it so you can feel it. So I make sure they know that they can feel that, and they say, but obviously you steal it, and now that feels like it's gone. It feels like it's not there.
Oh. That's great. So are you leaving the shell? Are you not leaving the shell?
Yeah, I'm leaving the shell behind.
Oh, okay. But won't they see the tape on it when you retreat?
With tape, the tape on the shell they do. In the performance that I did, the tape was on this side, and of course it was stuck to the hand, right? So they couldn't see it. What I would probably get is just a bit of...
Yeah, but if you're taping the real coin and leaving the real coin behind, that it can't be that much of a weight difference in it.
Let's give it a go.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, because it's a bit tricky to take that coin out of the shell. Like I have to sort of, but if it's a real coin,
I'm finding coins as well here. So this is a Danish obsolete coin, I think, called 50 øre, and maybe I have some tape. I don't.
Oh, dude, it works so much better. It works just the same, but I can steal that shell off easier now.
Nice.
And
that's fun.
Dude.
There's something about people's necks. I don't know. I think it's.
I'm gonna try.
I think it's more like a personal space. I do this with I do it with the of course double cross. That might be one of my guilty pleasures. I love double cross.
Yes.
And I always have that in my bag. But if I have to do repeat performances of that at events like strolling magic wise, I often have a person that I've performed it for come over to me, and just like you did with the silver edge, and say, "Hey, please come show my friends. I want to, the crossword jumps from your hand to my hand, and then I've done this like many times now, and I love the reaction every time, because then I steal off the gimmick. And if it's a loose environment where people are relaxed and fun, I'll just put my hand on the person's neck and shoulders and say, "Sure, man, let me show me where they are." And then I just secretly tap his neck, so he now has a cross on the back of his head. And this, I love this. And then I go into the performance, but without doing the secret stuff. But without doing the secret stuff. I go through the same motions. So, in his head, he sees me do the same stuff that I did on him, but I don't do the secret stuff on the person that I'm now performing for. And then I take off the cross from my hand, and I almost throw it at their hand, but then I say, "You know what? You've seen this. Let's spice this up," or something like that. And then I just do this on his neck, and then I say, "And it's gone," and then I walk away.
Oh.
And you should see people when they look at his neck and say, "Oh my God, it's on your neck!" And then drunk, like real grown men doing this. What? And they will run around and look at their own necks. And I've seen this happen several times. It's so fun. Yeah, please try it out. It's fun. Yeah, I love that.
I've seen one magician, and I can't remember who. Now I want to say, and I don't. I've seen someone stamp a forehead.
Oh no, that's good.
Yeah, they got him right between the eyes, and I can't remember who.
Wow.
But they did it to a sober person too. And it was something to do with, they disguised it with another trick about, they forced them a playing card.
For mind reading? Or?
Mind reading, and they switched it for a blank card, and they said, I'm going to steal that thought from your head. Now look, the card's gone, and it's a blank card, right? And they did a bunch of other shit. And there was a person that was on their own, so they had no one to tell them. Yeah. And then eventually they did the trick. And I remember just being like, oh, fuck me.
Wow, yeah. But I mean, that would work. That could work in real life situations. Like if you brought the magic down on the table. I just saw Sonia Benito. She put up a video a couple days ago.
Yes.
Doing heart to mouth, where the spectator, she keeps looking at Sonia's face, but she doesn't realize that the chosen card is in her mouth. And she's just like talking to him. Yeah. And then she's continuing to, and then suddenly she reacts. So I think people wouldn't look for a cross on someone's forehead. So I think you might, like in special situations, you might get away with it. That's fun.
Yeah,
wow.
Yeah.
If you remember who it was, I'd love to hear that.
I'll try. Yeah, I'll do my best to find it. But you know what, man? I'm gonna I can't do it this week because she's away. But I do this Fooler segment every Thursday. I perform a trick on my wife. She hasn't seen this coin on the hand.
Yeah. Do that.
Would she have heard me talk about it? I don't. It's one of those things. If she has heard me talk about it, the disconnect would have been from the hand very different. I'm going to go for it on Thursday when she's home. So it'll be a week Thursday. I'm going to try this and see. And she'll give honest reactions as well. So if she's like, oh, I felt it 1,000,000%. The crazy thing is, I bet if it's just right, the spectator could do it to themselves. If they go like, snatch it, you know what I mean?
That's dangerous territory, man. I love it.
I do love ballsy performances,
but it's good. And I mean, as long as it's not like your whole income's depending on it, then it's fine.
Yeah.
As long as it's fun, casual magic.
Actually, saying card to mouth is a guilty pleasure of mine because it makes me feel it doesn't suit my style at all to be left there like, oh.
Yeah. But it is a.
It gets screams.
Yeah.
And also, it's the best way to switch a deck ever.
Oh yeah, definitely. When you have all the attention on your
And if you want to learn the top change as well, because like that's the end. Once the card's here, that's the end.
Yeah.
Anyone can practice the top change.
Yeah. All parades are down.
Yeah. Let me. I forgot. Man, I've been so enthralled in this conversation that I've not read a single comment for a while. So. Okay. Having a friend past you. Also, Kim gives me serious beard envy.
Thanks.
Great words from both of you on the subscription, specifically like how Kim says learn a lot through DVD. One DVD set where you can learn 20 visual and direct and practical effects is Odyssey by Lloyd. Thank you.
Nice.
Actually, there was a bunch of people last week in the chat asking about Odyssey. And I had to go look for them. I found the last ever remaining copies.
Nice.
And I actually did something in advance for once. I put a link in the description to PayPal. So if anybody wants to buy the last few of these, it's 25 quid free shipping worldwide. And if you want it signed, because I had like 3 emails came in during the live session. Nice. So I found them, and if you want them, they're 25 quid shipped anywhere in the world. I never ever promote shit on you, but I know I literally have emails from people. So there you go. If you want them.
When did you put that out? How many years ago is that?
10 years ago. Wow. It's got some really.
But I haven't seen it. I know about it, but I've never watched it. But I have a friend who got into magic. Well, basically because of you. he started following you on social media, and I think he got most of what you had. He was like, Lloyd Bonds.
And now he's into good magic and not me. He's got
exactly.
I'll show you one thing off there the next time we're in person.
I'd love to.
It's called Steadfast. You have to feel it. You have to feel it. It's a rubber band through a ring that happens on the spectator's hands, but it's the most magical feeling thing I've ever. You literally feel the strands physically melt off on your hand. It's the most bizarre thing.
I'd love to see that.
I have to show it to you. Hey, so Richard McCucci says, Lloyd, if you put the sticky stuff on the bottom of the regular coin and pull the shell away, it might be better. Yes, you are correct. Brendan says, clever idea. Coin and shell. Deceive reality. If you put more tape on a real coin, it'll stick to your hand to steal it. Yeah. Brendan says, double cross is so awesome for one-time effects. Punk BMX says, I made a small appearing straw gimmick that I'd take from behind the ear. I tested it on my 3-year-old and she loved it. That sounds good. That does sound cool.
Definitely.
Keith Carney says, so the trick with the Sharpie, I'm probably wrong, but it just occurred to me that it was probably double tipped. Is that right? You don't have to answer.
No. The one it's one Sharpie with one lid. It's actually it's inspired by someone mentioned Greg Wilson's what's it called, recap from Off the Cuff.
Yes.
Like one of the first Magic VHSs that I saw so that's way back. But he has like one particular move that I utilize in this, and then there's some other stuff I've added to it. But it's I just use that in connection with his recap routine, which is like one of the best impromptu routines you can learn, in my opinion.
Yeah. I remember I seen him at Cardiff Magic Society. It was the best lecture I've ever seen, I think, because I learned so much just from that one lecture alone. And he did his pen and cap routine, and again. Yeah. You know how many lectures have you seen, right? Hundreds, thousands.
Many.
And it's not many, but you remember almost every piece of magic from it, and that was one of those for me.
But Gregory, there's just so much good stuff in it. It's
Ray Coleman says they used to make a hooked coin to put on the back of their shirt. Don't know if they still make that. That's true.
Nice.
Do you remember those?
I remember the hooked coins, maybe from. I
had one.
Are they in Bobos?
They might be in Bobos, yeah.
I think it goes as far back as, I don't even know what to look for, but yeah, maybe hooked coins. Let me see.
Yeah, that's a really good point, Ray. Thanks for bringing that up. I actually have one somewhere because I realized it was a hooked coin without
hooked coin,
being
256. Just a second.
Look at this, live credited and research. That's how we do it.
Yeah, but that's the most important thing when you put out stuff. I don't care if your magic is good, but you have to credit it.
Yes.
Did I say 256? Yeah, here, but I'm not sure there's a photo of it. No photo, but something. Yeah, it is. Can I show the photo?
Yeah, of course. Yes, Bobo. So it's public domain.
So this is the hooked coin. That's a great idea.
Yes.
That's where I remember it from. But that's good. I've never held a hooked coin before, but it's such a it's a good idea.
Wow.
Using it for that.
Yeah, there's so much you could do. All right, so we got They used to make a coin. Punk BMX says, imagine if you stamped the head and pretended the trick went wrong, and let them go only for them to realize when they got home in front of a mirror. Do you know it'd be funny if you just left it 12 hours and then you sent them, I don't know, something like a video of you doing it, like I'm gonna vanish the cross and now it's on your neck, and then they're like, no way, and they find out via video. Like that would be the best.
That would be
business
fun,
card ever.
Wow. I would definitely try to stamp someone on the forehead, but I would only stamp people I know very well.
Dude, do you know what would be really, 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 really good is if you so I bought a friction marker.
Yeah.
Right. Imagine you had a business card and you stamp someone in a place like their elbow or whatever, right? Yeah. And then on the business card, you draw the friction mark because it looks like a marker pen. Yeah. And then you give it to them and say, take this home with you and give me a call. Or give me a text and I'll tell you what to do. So they're like, okay. And then you say to them, because friction pens, people think they do, but they don't come back in the freezer. It's because
they disappear completely, right?
Yeah, because they have a lock-in system in there. So they call you or they text you or they Facebook you. And then you say to them, listen, take a lighter, and you're going to feel this. Light the cross. Mm-hmm. So they do it. So then they see it vanish, and you say, and now it's going to appear on your arm. And so they do it to themselves completely at home. After a gig with your business card in their hand.
Yeah.
That's the type of shit you do to like TV execs to get booked for prime time.
Wow. Seriously, that this is such a like a jerk off thing with the look at what we've done. Sorry about that, but when I was like younger and I sort of got into mentalism and got all the Banachek stuff and all the Luc Germain stuff, and I was really ballsy. I tried everything on stage with and outperforming for people because I didn't know that stuff could like not work. So I just tried it. But I heard a story about Uri Geller making watches work that like wristwatches and stuff like that hadn't worked for many years, and I heard and I read that some of the watches were oil based, or there's some oil in it, and because of the oil getting too old, the gears would cog up, so it didn't work. So I heard that was what he did when he made watches work in living rooms out in the countries when he performed on TV. Not sure if it was true, but I tried to make a friend of my friend's watch work. She had like a clock hanging on a chain, and it hadn't worked. It was her grandma's of like great grandma's or something. So I just went through the whole holding it in my hands, like concentrating, blah 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 blah. Nothing worked. It didn't work. So I couldn't make it work. She left, and then I got a call the day after from my friend saying that his friend, this is like very far out, had called him screaming, talking about how the clock had started working, and she woke up in the middle of the night by hearing like a thing or something like that. That's how maybe she just saw it. But and then it like this delayed effect, and I'm not sure. Maybe she was joking. I don't know. But she swore that the friend's watch worked, and I didn't do anything except for like the Uri Geller stuff. But that whole delayed effect, I know they're doing the effect themselves, but that's strong. Like them being on their own. That's and I've never replicated this, but just that one moment, that's gold in my head.
Wow. Yeah. There's something inherently very magic. I know we're talking about magic, but there's something like I said. Like I think that magic is real, and I don't mean people can float, but. You know, like the moment that you experience the effect, like when the magician opens their hand for you, and the coin's gone, and you literally have no answer. That's real magic, right? As far as I'm concerned, that is what it's like. If a tree falls in a forest and no one's there to hear it, one of those things. For me, magic's real, and there's something about those delayed magic effects where you don't even have to experience it. You know they're experiencing magic, and that is very real to me, and I love that. I can't speak too highly enough about that. Let me get into some of these comments.
Sure. Yeah.
Keith Carney says, agreed about the I think he's on about the mirror thing, or maybe something else. Alex Bow says, how much are the DVDs, Lloyd? They're £25, and they used to be way, way, way more. And there's free worldwide shipping. So there you go. Gwen Nicola says, hello, Lloyd and Kim from Argentina.
Ooh.
What's going on, Argentina? What up, baby? Punk BMX says, sometimes we forget that effects we don't like, layman absolutely love. Sometimes keeping it simple seems to get the better reactions from what I've seen. Yes, it's true. Is a formula, right? KISS, KISS, keep it simple, stupid.
Yeah.
Follow that, normally you're going to be bang on. Brandon says, just bought the Odyssey DVD. Thank you very much, Brandon. If I could sign it before shipping... if do you want to sign it on the cellophane or underneath the cellophane, and I think so. I've taught Steadfast on this on the Illusionist. I did teach it on Illusionist, I think. Okay, so Eskia FN says, can you show me a coin trick?
Lloyd, can you show a coin trick?
I can, but this is your week. I've shown many coins. I'm happy to show. If you don't want to show anything, I'm happy to show. If you don't want to show anything, I am happy, but...
No, I want to. I just don't... I don't know what to perform.
Keep it simple, stupid.
Keep it simple, stupid. Yeah, that's good. I'd love to do a fun thing that's not as much a coin trick as a thing I show magicians at conventions because I think it's fun. It's like the three fly that's following the KISS principle. So it's the three fly that is so simple that it's basically a one fly that you do 3 times. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
And you know what I'm doing now.
So this is
it. You have 3 coins, 3 silver coins, Kennedy halves, and on one side there's a decapitated president. That's really nice. Unfortunately, they stopped making those with a few other presidents, but that's it. And then on the back side, they have eagles because flying. I don't know. You take 1 coin, and then you go, and it disappears, and then it ends up over there again. Okay, and I'll do this again very slowly. I'll roll 1 coin into my hand like this, and it disappears. Oh shit! Sorry, and it disappears, and it comes right back. And it looks even better with, and I'm not exposing things, I think, but without the covering of the hand movement. It looks that's it. That's a thing from one. Just it's like one of these move monkey things. I don't show it to lay people because it's a bit off. It's not logical in any way, but that whole production thing is just it feels amazing. Like the coin.
You know the other one that I like of yours
coming into view. It's just sorry.
You know the other one that I like that you do not for laymen but for magicians is the I'm not being offensive to anyone, but when you go like this, this is another great one.
I'm not sure if I can even perform that now because of weather conditions, but maybe I can. But that's now you're gonna get flagged on YouTube now. But it looks like this. You go. Oh, I can't do it. Sorry. Let me try one more.
That was good.
Okay. Maybe it works. Maybe it don't. It's on Instagram if you go. Whee, hey, and then you have 2 coins. That's it.
So
that's
good.
That's the coin flip. That's actually I sent you the video of like all the things I wanted to teach on Silver Edge at the beginning of that whole thing, and that was on there as well. So there's so much fun stuff on it. It's
Silver Edge and Silver Edge 2 as well.
Yeah, thanks. You saw that.
Killer project. Such killer project.
Yeah, thanks. It was fun. It's fun.
I think everyone here has probably seen it, but if you haven't, please just go and search Kim Andersen, Silver Edge 1 and 2. That's one of those things because I bought the coins from you as well.
You did.
I bought this from you, and it's the up there probably like the last 5-6 years alone. One of the only things I keep going back to, and one of the best purchases I've made. One of the only purchases I've made, I'll say as well. Truly.
Oh yeah, and I'm working on some newer routines with them. Actually, I have a lot more, but I'll show you at some point. I won't show it yet. But just important to note, these aren't my coins. I didn't invent the coins. These are super strong magnetic $50 from Kite's Magic.
Yes.
So like that is, I won't say the best coin gimmick because there's other gimmicks that do different stuff that are amazing. Like
do you know what you could show?
It's the strongest magnetic coins I've seen out there. They're really, really amazing.
I'll tell you my favorite thing with the Silver Edge is, and I'm not going to expose it, but I'd love you to show it because I know you won't flash it. But it's just a very simple vanish. You know, where it's like 2 in this. You know. 2 in the hand, 1 in this hand, and 1 vanishes.
Yeah.
That to me is just poetry. Every time you do that, it's just so simple, but so fooling.
I'd love to try. Can I show the routine if we can angle this?
Oh fuck yeah, if you don't mind. I don't want to put you on the spot too much.
Sorry, now you're getting the messy part of my office as well. It's
well, hang on. If this makes you feel any better, just for everyone at home so they can see, my office is this disgusting right now.
Oh, that's good. That's good. Now I feel much better. But I'm still not going to turn the camera around.
Yeah.
So this is basically that. This is the signature effect from the Silver Edge, and it looks like this. You go take 1. You take 2, and then you take 3 invisible things. And now this is the important part and the message to bring with you after this is only take 3 invisible things because people get bored after 3 and they won't react to when you produce the 3 silver coins. Okay? So this is very, very important when you do stuff like this. And now this has evolved, and I perform this for real people, not cameras normally. But now I actually hand out the coins for examination, and that's what makes this like really great in my head. But you can't do that, of course. So I could just be pulling your leg, but I am actually doing that in real life. So I take 1, I take 2, I take 3 coins, and I put them in my hand, and then I do this, and this is my COVID part. I go, and the coin lands over there. So okay, first coin traveled all the way from over here and over here. And I'm not sure about angles here, so I'll move a little bit back. Now I do this. I squeeze the 2 coins in my left hand, and 1 coin travels all the way under my skin, up my sleeve, over the chest, and lands in my other hand. Okay. And I only use 3 coins for this.
No shells! No shells!
No shells. And you know why? Because I can't afford them. They're too expensive. I'm not as lucky as you, just having free shells delivered to my door like you did today. So, but just back on track. This coin traveled all the way from over here to over here, and you hopefully didn't see it. Now, most magicians, when they do this, Lloyd, they switch out the moves, because you have to switch it out so people don't see what's coming, okay? But I do the same thing. I'll just tell you, this coin traveled all the way from over here to over here, and I'll do this very slowly again. I'll go, so, and it travels all the way over here, okay? So 1, 2, and 3 coins that traveled from where, Lloyd?
From here to over there.
Yeah, basically. But originally they came from nowhere, and now they ended up nowhere. So that's pretty much it. Yeah. And thank you so much. And now the cam here is. So that's pretty much it. Yeah.
Pretty much it. Yeah, I think that's the best way. That's pretty much it, guys. There's nothing better than that. So.
Thanks. It's better in real life. I mean, you have to. The cool thing about having the coins examined and handed them out, and it's just like the method sort of dissolves when you do it like that. And I don't teach that on the original video because that's like add-ons from later on. Yeah. But I teach stuff like that in my lecture. So if you're interested, I talk a little bit about that if you get a chance to see me lecture, or if I get a chance to have you as an audience at a lecture.
Yeah, I'm sure they will. Man, I mean, that for me, the Silver Edge alone, just for that one moment, like that it goes from here to here. Got like. It's revolutionary, that man. Oh.
Yeah, I can't take credit for the steel itself.
No, but still.
It's by Kite, that's the company name, Mr. Nakashima Kengo, who makes the coins. It's him and another magician, Akira Fuji. He told me recently who the other person is, and I can't remember his name, but a Japanese magician who came up with the steel. And Fantastic. They gave me permission to use it for the thing. And then I've done other stuff to the steel as well, so it's more mine, but it's, some of it is. But it's, great gimmicks.
And you can just tell that you must have performed it like 1,000 times.
I do this every single day because I love it. I actually, you talk about FISM. I got the coins in my hands at FISM in Rimini, and I don't even remember what year this was. But
2015, because I was there.
15, okay, wow. So I got the coins in my hand, and I started playing around with them, and I've seriously had these coins in my hands every single day, or in my pocket at least every single day since, because it's so fun. You can do so much stuff with it. Not the same. Someone else has my original set, but I have these coins in my pocket every single day. So.
I think I remember the stand that did you buy them from the Christ stand or somebody that had them in the stand?
Actually, the shop, I demo for a shop called Pagani Magic. Oh. So most of the people I've met at conventions, I've met at the demo table for Pagani. And my good friend Steen, who runs the magic shop, he found the coins at a convention somewhere, and he bought them from Rice. And they've been selling them ever since.
Fantastic.
So
all right, let me read some comments.
So if I think they might be sold out at E. They were at least a couple of days ago. So if you're interested, you can always find the coins at other shops and just buy the downloads or whatever. I'll write them and say, when are the coins coming back? And then you will probably have them back at some point.
Yeah. It's we got some comments. Ray Coleman has got the $50 one.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Brendan says, can I sign it under the cellophane? Yes, I'll sign it under the cellophane, but I don't know if I can get the cellophane back on. Okay, so sign it, but then I'll ship it.
You are Lloyd Barnes. You can figure out how to do that.
Brendan says, I forget which watches it works for, but I learned that a small magnet on the battery area of the watch can actually stop the time of the watch. Used to do that. Yeah, that's true. You can actually use magnets to stop a watch. You could use like I know the French twins, they brought out a... what's it called? I can't remember the name of it. That will stop a watch. It's called
Distancia.
Yes. That's
I have it lying around. It's wow.
Is it good?
Wow. For specific effects, it's amazing. It's not and I love those guys, but it's not a thing I would carry around at a strolling gig because it's really, really strong. But I would use it for TV or video performances or stage things where I could get it on and off again, personally. But I'm sure people are figuring out how to.
I think I heard a review somewhere that said essentially the same thing. Like, it does what it's supposed to do, but don't be left with it in a day-to-day situation because you're gonna smash shit up.
If you're not careful, but I mean, you can do that with lots of different props. Yeah. So it's not a thing only with that. It's just like be careful whatever you perform.
Yeah. It's like the old M5s, you know. You just have to make sure that you knew your surroundings.
Yeah. I've never tried the M5, but I remember the trailers for it. But that was strong as well, right?
Yeah. Not as strong as Distancia.
No. This is like really
insane. Lee Raybone, congrats on the 10K. Thank you very much. And he's bought Odyssey. Thank you so much. I'll sign it for you under the cellophane as well. But I don't know if I'll be able to get the cellophane back on. So just a heads up. Ray Coleman says, that's awesome. Alex Bow says, wow, to the coin routine. And so does Ray Coleman. What's that one called, Kim, where the two coins appear?
That's called Neon Coins from Silver Edge 1.
And what's the one where the two coins appear? I think like this.
I think it's called Coin Flip.
Flip the Bird. Was it called Flip the Bird or was it Coin Flip?
No, I think it was called Coin Flip. Because it's flipping but it could be something else.
Okay.
The flipping off coin. I don't know.
Was it on Silver Edge 1?
The names, I don't call them by their names when I'm performing, so it's like all the weird, wacky names. Yeah. I remember.
Most of the names are probably made up on set as well.
Some of them are definitely,
Nemed says, been working my way through everything on those Silver Edge discs. I love them, and it's in capitals. Like, he really is in love with these projects. But that final vanish is one tough son of a bitch, though. Oh yes.
The what? The which?
The final vanish.
Oh yeah. That's I use that for so much stuff. It's it's like my favorite vanish of all time.
Is there an alternative for it if people are struggling with it?
Yeah. The cool thing about, without getting too much into the nitty gritty of it, imagine the Silver Edge coins. When you have the 3 coins as a stack, because of the nature of the gimmick, you can handle them pretty much like one coin. So if you let's say it wouldn't work for all vanishes, but let's say you vanished one coin and you know how to show your hands empty by palming it or holding out in different ways. You can do pretty much that with the Silver Edge stack as one coin. So you'd be able to sleeve them, you'd be able to top hit them. If you use top hits, you'd be able to lap them as one single coin. So there's heaps of alternatives.
Oh, so you could do things like where people do this and like, hold me on the wrist.
Exactly. So
this sort of thing.
Yeah. You can do stuff like that. So I mean, I think I teach the glasses vanish on Silver Edge 2. But let's say you have let's skip the glasses now. But let's say you have the 3 coins. So 1, 2, 3 coins, and you do whatever kind of vanish you do for this. Now I can show my hands empty. Like if you have any of Eric Ross's stuff, you know what this is.
Yeah.
Eric Ross. Yeah, Eric Ross. Eric. My name's come on.
David Roth.
No, not David Roth. Eric.
Eric Jones.
Eric Jones.
Oh,
I met those two up. Like two of the greatest coin musicians to ever walk the earth.
Fish hook magic.
Eric Jones. I'm pretty sure it's on the metal things. He teaches a specific way to show your hands empty. You can do that with the Silver Edge stack as well. So it's like, like imagination's the limit on this. You can use them in so many different ways, and it's yeah. And I teach lots of different variations on it, but just use your head and do whatever.
Nemet's a good worker. You don't have he can probably do the move, to be honest, but he's probably just being hard on himself. But he can substitute it. Somebody called Not Sure asks, "Are you going to FISM 2022?"
I think we touched upon that. I don't think I'm coming. I've been on and off on it the whole time. I really want to go, but it's
when is it? When is the actual date of this?
I think it's June or July, so it's coming up.
Let's see. It's in Quebec.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it's Quebec. Yeah.
Where's the date? July 25th to 30th.
The thing is, I might be going to the States later this year, so I'm trying to figure out. I only have this many days a year to travel because I have small kids and I want to be close to them. I mean, I need to work, I need to pay the rent, but I want to be close to them and not be too much away.
Yeah.
So longer travels, I try to keep them to a minimum.
I'm exactly the same as you. When I was a lot younger, I was super up for going everywhere all the time. I didn't want to be home. I mean, even up until like 2 years ago, and then having a baby, I really don't want to go anywhere. But there's certain events that I'll try and steal away for.
Yeah, like Blackpool or
little 3-day. Well, actually, I'm going on May 13th. I'm heading to Vegas, and then for Magic Live. And And then after that, I'm going to Rancho Cordova to hang out at the Murphy's place for a week. And that's going to be like 2 weeks away. And
work or pleasure?
Well, just to like hang out with the Murphy's family. And
so you're meeting up with Javier?
Hav and the boys. And Titanus is coming. Bo's going to be there. And as much as I like... Little Lloyd inside me is hyped as fuck. And then Daddy Lloyd is like, this is my worst nightmare. So I've never been so conflicted in all my life. But I'm doing it anyway. So this is going to be the longest I've been away from my son, which is going to suck. Yeah,
and I mean, you have the possibility to Skype, right? He'll still notice you on the screen and understand it. And
Did I show you? He can do he's when he was 14 months old... I'm not going to show on his camera. I taught him his first magic trick.
Oh, you did? Nice. What did you teach him?
He can't do it. So I would vanish a coin and then pull it from behind his ear. And then I give him the coin and he goes, he's 14 months old. So people who don't watch and don't have kids, 14 months old, they can't do much other than, some kids can't even walk and talk at that age, but he can walk and he doesn't stop talking. But he gets the coin, he goes, and then I go, it's gone. And he says this. And then I go, where is it? And he goes,
oh, that's nice. Oh, so he understands the whole premise. That's cool, man.
Yeah, wow. Like, actually, fuck it, I'll show the video.
I'd love to see it.
This is boring to everyone else but dads. It's just rendering out, let's see.
But it's the future of magic, right?
So. Yes, exactly. Because I remember Craig was like, his son did a trick at 3 years old, and I was like, my kid's going to be...
Mommy? Show the coin.
Oh, he's cute.
It disappear. Okay. Now, where's it come from?
Bring it back.
Is it behind your ear?
Bring it back.
And show Dad.
No, that's good.
Show Dad.
That's so cute.
He's 14 months old. Like, what the fuck?
That's amazing.
I was never that. I was dumb as a kid. I was still like.
I can't imagine.
Yeah, I was really stupid. Okay, let's read some comments.
You're okay now, so that's good.
It's debatable. Okay, Richard Mikuchi says a PK ring will work. That was in regards to something from a couple of minutes ago because of the delay.
With the coins or the?
It's quandary. It's a mystery.
But let's just say, for argument's sake, that it is about the Silver X coins. You could use the PK ring, I think, but you have the polarity issue that might be a thing. I'm not sure.
Saying that though, it could lend to some really nice handlings for like if the coin's here and you're very casual, like so it's in your hand and you just sort of be able to motion or steal it to the back of the PK.
Yeah, do like more PK stuff, like having the coin flip or something like that on a spectator's hand. Maybe it could be if you get the polarity right. I've seen people use. There's ways of doing it without a PK ring, but I've seen people perform like coin to glass or coin from glass, like transpositions, stuff like that, with using a PK ring. Because you have the sound in the glass, so the ring is disguised. So when you shake the glass, so I've seen people.
Do you know what could work is that if it was on a PK ring, it might be able to swing around.
Ooh, that's good. That's a fun idea.
So if you like, I don't think it's exposing everything, and people kind of know what we're talking about. But
they know what it's about. Yeah.
If you were here and you were like, okay, look, I have a coin in my hand, I don't want to touch it, right?
Yeah.
Watch, and then obviously it vanishes from here, but you could be like, whoosh, and have it swing around to appear.
That'd be fun. I'd love to see people play around with that. I don't have a PK ring, but that's a fun idea. Yeah, there's the whole because it reminds me of the Tenkai pennies thing.
It's one of the only coin things that I can do. Shall I show you?
Yeah, it's fucking amazing. Like, who is it? Is it Chris Kenner again that has a variation on that? Or it's just that's too good. That's too good. I love it.
I use it. I use that for a vanish. So I do a 3-coin routine. So I say, look, I have 1, 2, and 3 coins.
Yeah.
Watch. I'll take this one.
Yeah.
And it goes.
Nice.
And that leaves me with 2, 1 here and 1 there. So watch the second coin as it vanishes.
Yeah.
Leave me with 1 coin like this. And I stand casually. I say, watch, the last coin's always the hardest because magicians will do these things where they try and hide it in funny places, but it never really works. So I'm going to show you that I'm not going to use any fancy moves at all, okay? I'm going to hold it right here, and whew, it goes.
Nice. That's good.
But it's just...
I had a freeze frame at just before you put the coin in your pocket, so I didn't see the middle portion, but the rest of it looked good.
I'll try it. So, did you see the Tenkai pennies bit?
I heard the beginning, saw the beginning, and then it was sound.
Okay, so I get to this position where I have 3 coins. I take 1 and it vanishes, right?
Yeah.
That leaves 2. 1 here, 1 there.
Yeah.
Now that leaves 1. So there's 1 there, and I casually do this.
Yeah.
And the last coin, I say, I need to do it standing up, but I'd say magicians do all these sleight of hand techniques where they try to hide coins in all funny places. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to show you as slowly and as openly as possible. I'm going to take the coin, no finger movements, and watch if I squeeze it down, it's going to vanish.
Nice.
Did I show you this before, how that works?
What, sorry?
Did I show you how that works before that last vanish?
No, not the last part, no.
Okay, so basically you have to prime people by showing them this, so you condition them. And then I say, so I'm not going to do that. I'm going to have empty hands. And all I'm doing is, exposed view is, I rest it on my thumb and drop down. You could probably do that with a silver edge with 3 coins.
That actually got me, because I was looking for a retention thing. I was like, what?
Yeah, it gets everyone. So, because I'm really open, and it's like a little I drop and catch it. It's like very casual. So I'm here, no movements.
Yeah. That's fun.
That's on Odyssey.
That's also nice. Talking coin magic. Are you following Coin Ludens on Instagram?
I am.
Wow. His whole I don't remember his name. I've written a little bit with him when he started no, not that one. The coin, tossing the coin from the invisible coin, and then it materializes.
Oh.
Like using palms that I'd never heard of, and of course I won't go into any details at all. But it's just I'm trying, and it's not working for me, and I'm like, fuck.
What am I doing wrong?
But the whole thing is he shows a coin, puts it in his hand, and it's empty, and he shows both hands completely empty, and then he throws the invisible coin back and forth, and it's like I swore I saw the trailer 30 times. I swore that I saw the coin materialize midair, like just zoop, and it's and I bought the download, and I've been working on it, and I'll never be able to perform it, but it's like one of those things where I just appreciate it. I look at it, and it's just, that's pure sleight of hand, and he's made a deal with the devil.
Have you seen the new Danny Goldsmith download?
No, I haven't. Pretty good.
It's insane. He does so he holds his fingers like this.
Yeah.
Right? And he can do that with it, so you know there's nothing in his fingers. And then a coin just boop, appears right there.
Wow.
But but you know what? I'll try and pull the trailer.
But is it a bit like what's his name? He did a penguin lecture. He is. What's his name? I don't know. But he has like where he makes a coin disappear, shows his hand empty, and then plucks it from the air like this. Is it something like that? Or
I don't know. What's that? I'm finding this Danny Goldsmith.
I can't go online and watch it because I'm talking to you. So maybe his name will come up.
This is a review. Hold on. This is not. I'm gonna find the actual trailer for this. Here we go.
Yeah.
Is this sound?
Yeah. What's that on the table? I can't see it.
Okay, hold on. That was for. Did you see that then?
What? Can I see that again? The first
Yeah,
time?
I got the beginning.
Sorry, guys.
No, it's all good. It's all good.
No way. Oh, it's freezing now. Sorry, I can't see anything.
He calls it the pistol pass.
So that's a bit like my coin flip, but just good.
Yeah, but it's impromptu. There's no gimmicks or anything.
I'm guessing because it's Danny. Wow, that's. I've never met him. I've never talked to him, but I'd love to see it live one day because he's just he's good. He's
Do you know? I have a funny.
That whole paintbrush thing.
I have a funny story about Danny Goldsmith. So I know Danny not super well. We're not best friends, but we've had good conversation. I love the guy to bits, right? And he's just like he's just so real. He's just so amazing. And the first time I reached out to him, we were chatting and we got on a Skype call and we were talking for about an hour. And all I'd seen was how visual his magic was. I'd just seen his magic. Okay, I didn't know how any of it worked. Anything, right? So anyway. Danny is a proper worker as well. So like he spent years doing like street busking and doing these routines on the street. So as hardcore as they are, he is one of these people. He's not for camera. Like he does this shit for real.
He does it for real. Wow.
So we're sitting there talking now, and we were on for like a good hour and a half, and he's showing me these routines. One, but he's saying, "Look, I would love to, I would teach this one. I would teach this one. These are the easier ones. These are intermediate. These are more advanced, right?" And all he's doing is demming them for me, right? Nothing else. So, and then he showed me that these ones are like for the real hardcore enthusiasts. And and eventually, like one of the things he does is this Miser's Dream, where he produces 11 coins. Now, I don't know anything about Danny's magic at this point, other than watching it, right? And he produces 11 coins. Boom, 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 boom. It's fucking crazy. And then I go, okay, cool. So like, what sort of skill level are we talking about here? Like, and are they going to need, how many shells are they going to need? Copper silvers, because they're different color coins as well. They're not just
holdouts for coins.
So what holdout, what coin shells? Copper. I'm thinking like this project is going to cost a goods. It's going to be a fucking bomb,
Yeah.
And he was like, "Oh no." I was like, "What?" He's like, "Oh no, there's no gimmicks." And I was like, "What?"
That's insane.
I was like, "No, for the what about?" He's like, "No, for any of it."
Wow.
And it was one of those moments. I remember Tony Chang spoke before about saying that the first time after watching Hugh Jackman on movies for years, he heard him in an interview and realized he was Australian and was like, "What the fuck?"
I had that same feeling.
Yeah. And it was this for Danny. I watched all of his magic for an hour live on video, and it was so visual. It's just I automatically assumed it was because it's too good. And then it was like, no, none of it. And it was like, what the fuck? So good. It's kind of like do you know what? When the last time I had that, this is no bullshit, was with you at the session convention. The first time you showed me the Silver Edge, because this is why I shouted it earlier. I said no shells, because you said that to me at the session. Yeah. You were like, after watching it and being like, "Fuck me, like this is crazy," and then you were like, "Oh, there's no shells," and I was like, I didn't, because I had no idea of the method.
But that's how that whole neon coins thing came about, because I set out trying to create a coins across with no extra coins or extra, and I know they're gimmicked AF, but it's just, you can hand them out, you can get them examined if you know how to control your audience. But I remember from Williamson's, I think, if anyone hasn't read this, just get it, it's gold. But he has is it called something cross-eyed coins across or something like that. I think it's from this book where he does a coins across routine only using. No, he I think maybe he uses an extra. I'm not sure, but that whole thing of using 3 coins instead of 4, first and foremost, and then being able to show your hands, like that was just he had so he's using something. I won't spoil it, but he's not just using 3 coins, but still. He had a way of showing his hands, so you got the impression that there was only 3 coins, and I loved that. So I just wanted to create a routine where I could spread my fingers and show I'm not using anything else than these 3 coins. Just that visual display.
Yeah, it's like that sort of timestamp in their mind, that little photo frame.
Yeah, so that's
Yeah, I just remember. No, dude. I'm just saying that like one of the last times where I had that moment where it was like truly like, oh fuck! It was with you, because I really thought you were using shells.
Thanks.
Or flippers or slippery Sams. I had no idea where you got. And then you just.
That's a fun compliment you only get from magicians. Wow, that was really good. I really thought you were using shells. That is a good compliment.
Yeah. Okay, so let me go through some of these comments.
Questions, yeah.
Ray Coleman says, I'll have to get your DVDs, Kim. Yeah, dude, you need to.
Thanks.
Richard Mikuchi says, how old are you guys?
Oh, that's a good question.
I am 30. I think I'm 33.
You think you're 33?
Once after 30, no one gives a fuck about your age.
That's fine, yeah. How old do you think I am?
35.
Don't be nice.
35? You're 35, I think.
Yeah, let's just say that. That's good.
I'm probably right.
I don't remember anymore either.
I think I'm 33, but I always get it wrong. So 33. It's a year either side of that. 88, I'm born. So I'm 34?
Could be. I don't know.
August.
My body's getting old. I really feel like I'm getting older, but I like inside I feel younger than ever. So I think that's what I'm going by these days.
Biscuit Box says, here for the dad vibes. Yeah.
Perfect. You'll get them here, definitely.
Keith Carney says, it's like Di Vernon said, I started doing magic at 6 years old, so basically I wasted the first 6 years of my life.
That's a good quote. I've never heard that.
That's great.
That's good. Sorry, I'm scratching my back with a Sharpie because my hands aren't long enough.
I'm expecting a trick to happen right now.
No.
Where it comes out your mouth like whoop.
Appearing spine.
Yeah.
Straight out of the Predator.
Nemed says, I'm having flashbacks to having thousands of videos of Ryland shoved in my face while driving at 70 miles per hour with Craig in the car. Oh, it's gone back to... Ray says, that's awesome, Lloyd, about your son. Thanks, Ray. Said it's cute. Ray Coleman says, to make a watch stop with a PK ring. Oh, that's what he was referring to with the PK ring.
Oh, yeah, sure, yeah.
Oh, I need to... So, yeah. Do you know what? I really need to get a PK ring after this.
Yeah.
After this.
You should. Let me know how it works out. I've never played around with them.
I do have a PK ring.
You do have a PK ring?
I do. Dude. Okay. So, me and my wife made our own wedding ring. So she made mine out of 18 karat gold. I made hers out of... I don't fucking remember. And I came after making it. We got married, had the rings, and I went out for a beer. This is when I used to drink. I don't drink anymore. And I fell over, and I broke my wedding ring. It snapped down the middle like a Harry Potter scar. So I sent it back to the lady who did the course thing, and she repaired it with gold. And in the interim, I went on honeymoon to Magic Live. So I bought off Amazon a gold ring. Because I wanted to have, I wanted to have suntan, and I wanted to get a proper wedding ring.
Yeah, sure. You don't want to be without it.
Yeah, and so I got the ring, and we were going out the door, and I picked up the ring, and I put it on, and we went and got ice cream, me and my wife, and I picked up the metal ice cream dish, and the ring went.
No.
And I was like, what the fuck?
Whoa! So you didn't know you bought a PK ring?
It was like a cheap like £9 ring off Amazon, and they must have just used it. Must have just been like a magnetic core in it, and I was like, Fuck
What?
me. Like all the chat. So I have it somewhere. That's hilarious. But yeah,
So now we have a like accidental PK ring, accidental shelled coin. What else do you have lying around your house that's gimmick without you knowing?
Yeah, exactly. All right, let's get back to more comments. Sorry, I keep going off on tangents.
You have a collapsible TV in your living room.
Yeah. And Clemente says, "Hey, I am way too late." Yes, you are too late, but you can rewind it back.
You're still welcome.
Yes, you're still welcome. Not sure says Danny Goldsmith is amazing. Yes, he is. Nemed says, "I keep forgetting his name isn't actually Coin Jesus. That's just what I call him." Ray says, "Enjoy this live chat." Brendan says, "The Pistol Pass is 4 years in the making." That is so awesome. Kim, the production of your thinking is Jeffrey Wang.
Which production? That's the delay thing again.
Yeah, is that the? Is that?
Oh yeah, that's Jeffrey. Yeah.
Is that where you make a whole?
Really visual stuff. No. It's
coin.
I'm not even sure I've seen the whole thing. It's just I've just seen him vanish a coin, showing his hands empty. I'll wait for you. That's good. Sorry, just vanish a coin, showing his hands empty, and then he just plucks it from the air, like it comes out of nowhere.
How?
But I'm guessing a penguin lecture, and we'll find out. I'm actually thinking about getting it because it looked really interesting.
Yeah.
I have a whole list of penguin lectures I want to see. I want to watch Mario the Magician's because I
want to see his. His is actually in my checkout.
Oh, it is nice.
Waiting to buy. I'm like, because I want to do robotic shit.
Oh yeah. Oh, I'm gonna run into him soon, and I just can't wait to talk and listen.
He's very much your style, I think. He's similar.
Yeah, well, just way better than me, but he's
you're incredible.
Like he's like the personification of how my head works. I think I'm too lazy to actually get it done. So I have all these ideas. I don't have ideas like his, but I have all of these things I want that could be really visually exciting, and this would be great if my show started out with this. And then I'm like, oh, and there's Netflix as well. And then and Mario, do you follow him on Instagram?
I don't.
Mario the Magician. You should.
Wait, let me check.
His show is just look. I haven't watched it, of course, but it looks amazing. And him and his wife Katie and his kids, they're traveling around the States and just putting up theater shows.
I didn't follow.
And they were so unfortunate that someone broke into their car at night, like a couple of weeks ago, and stole everything. And if you haven't seen Mario's performances, the important thing to know is that Mario builds everything himself. So he uses coins in his show. He 3D prints something and molds the coins himself. So everything is made by him. He has like this robotic. He does robotics. So he has this robot that does like it vanishes a Rubik's Cube, and the Rubik's Cube appears in its mouth, and then back on the table, and then suddenly it solves the Rubik's Cube, and like out of his hat, there's this animatronic, or to call that maybe robotic cardboard bunny that comes out and does magic, and like everything's insane. There's a chop cup routine with a lamp where the lamp screen is like a tin can, so the lamp performs a whole magic. It's just he's amazing.
Yeah,
but everything got stolen, or a lot of it got stolen while being on tour. So they just reached out to people and said, does anyone have a 3D printer in this direction of the country? And so some guy, he 3D printed all night, and he printed everything they needed. And Mario was soldering while his wife Katie was driving, and it was just, they put up a story of them doing that. It's just, they're insane. I'm going to watch that. That's my next Penguin thing I'm going to watch, I think.
Yeah, there's so much good content, and I genuinely hit it in my actual basket, and I'm just like, my problem is A, having the time to watch it, like you said, it's just finding the time, and then B, knowing that when I delve into, because it's a new world for me, the robotics type of thing, and I want to learn it, I know that I will put off everything I'm supposed to do for the next month or two, because I'll just be like, okay, now I'm a robotics major.
Definitely. Yeah. I didn't think about that, but of course you will. That's Yeah. I think that'll be good for you. Yeah. But even if you're not into the robotics part of it, I think he's such a happy person, and it just, yeah, you know, it. Yeah.
He's got a great style as well, like his style of magic. Just.
Yeah. And it's personal. I mean,
it's authentic.
Yeah. When you see him, you're not sure that it's. You are sure that it's him. It's like there's no. Yeah. No copies.
Yeah. Exactly. He's not. He doesn't. Yeah. And this is very much the same with your style of magic, though. Like you said, going back to the first points earlier, when you tried to dress up in a suit with no hat, like people didn't know it was you because
it doesn't work for me. It's and I mean, if it's the right gig, I will put on a suit. If it's someone's wedding, of course, I'll put on a suit, and I'll. I always don't get me wrong. I'm always. Freshly showered and I trim the beard and so it's I'm clean. What do you call it?
Shabby chic or something.
You could have used whatever word you wanted there, and I would just say definitely.
Yeah, that.
But that's okay, great. So it's not like I don't roll in dirty clothes or anything. It's just I'm not in a tux. I'm not in a suit. Sometimes I wear a blazer, but it's. Yeah. I think it's just when you book me, and I think that's how it should be.
I think that's the best way to do it. Punk BMX says use distancia to reach behind an old person's ear and rip their hearing aid clean off. I don't think you need to use distancia to do that. I think you just fucking do it. Just fucking give me that hearing aid. Shit. Richard McCucci says, if either of you are in New Jersey and want to lecture, I can arrange that as I am the president of the local IBM ring.
Ooh, wow. That's exciting. Road trip, Lloyd?
Yes. Hell yes. I would love to do that.
Definitely. Please, because I can't see the comments here, please send me an email or reach out on Instagram. I would love to hear more about that. That would be exciting.
Yeah, what is your email for Richard?
TRYL.
Oh yeah, you have that fucking stupid email address, don't you?
I know, because it's in Danish. It spells tryll, and that means magic, because original. So TRYL at and then Kim Andersen with an E, not an O. So E at the end. .com. And welcome spam bots. Just have at it.
I've just put it in the chat for Richard there. And your Instagram is
that is what is that? That's ad.
Hasn't it got the number 5 in it or some shit?
Yeah, it has. Yeah. So ad and then Kim KIM ANDER the number 5 ENN.
Do you know what? Earlier I went to search your Instagram. I can't remember what for. The other day to find things. And I put in Kim, and I hit enter, and it took me to Kim Kardashian's page. What the
fuck? Same amount of followers. Who cares?
Yeah, you have a juicier ass, though.
I do, definitely.
Well, I think that's about a good time to sort of bring it all full circle, the contact information.
With my juicy ass.
You with your juicy ass.
Thank you so much.
I have had such a blast today, dude.
Same here. It's fun.
Thank you so much, man. This has been a proper jam session.
But it's good. It's and I mentioned that during the whole thing. It was like I forgot people were. I don't know if they're watching, but some people were watching. It's just it's fun hanging out and
Yeah.
And I mentioned too. I came on board late with this Sunday session. I accidentally turned it on by mistake because I just went to YouTube and it was the first video, and you were talking with Adam Wilbur.
Yeah.
By the way, we didn't talk about that. We have to talk about that at some point. It's the amazing coffee cups and beef, but we'll do that later.
Maybe we all get on together and talk about it.
I'd love to. I just got it, and I just started. It's wow, that's good. But I turned into that by mistake. But I turned into it by mistake at that point where you guys were just talking way too nicely about me, and I was like, "Oh my God, that's the Kim Andersen show." So I got really like, "Oh."
I talk about you all the time on here, by the way.
What? Sorry?
I talk about you on here every week at least. I do. You're literally.
But it was really it was really nice just seeing you and Adam just having fun, and it was And I think I watched one where you had Craig on as well. It's a really, I love you're doing this. It's good.
Honestly, it came from COVID, and I was desperate to jam and just talk magic, and I never make time to do that in my, like, I to get on a call, it's super hard because there's so much going on. There's so many projects in the air and so many people to work with.
Man, I know.
So like I had to sort of say to my wife, like, Sundays I'm going to do these live sessions, and because I need to. I don't see this as, well, this is purely fun, right? I just do these just for fun. And I said, like, I need to. I don't drink. I don't go out and socialize. Like, COVID was happening. And I was like, I need to allocate some headspace time for the boys, for my mates, and just have a
and
laugh.
Then you actually by setting up a deadline. That's a really good idea.
Yeah, that's what, and it's turned into this. So thank you so much for being a part of it, man. You've been a dream guest.
Thanks for having me. No. But thanks for having me, man. I loved it, and thanks to all you guys watching. And just woo, something like that.
Woo! All right, guys. Well, look, I'll see you all on Tuesday for it's a sick tutorial Tuesday this week. Super crazy visual. So tune in for that. And if you all ask nicely enough, hopefully Kim will come back again, and we can maybe have like a jam about the coffee cups and beans with Wilbur, like a huge one, and get everyone involved. All right. See you all next time, folks.